This has actually expired. These are net 30s. They don't have the best rewards. These are kind of like my old reliable. I've had these for a while. This is a debit card in one of my buildings. That was actually my first bank that I had. Like that was my OG bank. These are some hitters. This promo period ran out, so this is no longer 0%. I transferred this limit onto this new card. So what cards do I have in my wallet? I have these. These are my core cards, and then these actually just had to get the boot. They just got evicted because they just can't quite fit an old reliable, you know? So this is my Russian and Ukrainian bathhouse card for both weeks, so Russian certified. And let's go through the cards, right? This is a 6 months at 0%. This has actually expired, but the reason I'm using this is because I'm applying for another line of credit, and KeyBank, you need to have like more than 5 or 6 transactions. Otherwise you get an automatic decline. So I'm applying for a $50,000 line of credit in the next couple weeks. So I just want to show some activity with that bank account. Again, this 0% is expired. I pay it all off before the end of the month, so I don't pay interest on it. But that is the only reason this specific card is in my wallet. This is my gold American Express. I have a couple of these. I have two different companies I have. These are net 30s, which what that means is I have to pay these off at the end of the month in full. Otherwise I pay like 20% interest. These, however, have the best cash on rewards that you can have. So I run all my ads on these cards right now. So I get, 4x points on any ad spend. And if you're like me and you spend $150,000 a month on ad spend, you get a crazy amount of points. This is my license. Let's go, New York. These are my Amex Silvers, which again, like it's more of like a novelty item. Like they don't have the best rewards, and also it's a net 30, meaning that I can't hold a balance on this month over month. So like these are kind of like my old reliable. I've had these for a while. These are both business Amexes. You can get a card that looks like this on the personal side, which I have, but these both happen to be business Amexes. This is a debit card in one of my buildings. It's like a $1.2 million building debit card. I'm gonna hide that. That's from TD Bank. That was actually my first bank that I had. Like that was my OG bank. I've sort of since stopped working with them because they don't really offer great business lines of credit or business credit cards. Okay, so these are both debit cards from Chase. Again, don't really use those, but if I need to pull cash for something. This is a new card I just got, $25,000 at 0% from US Bank for I believe either 15 or 18 months. I have a total of $30,000 of exposure with them that's expired, and $25,000 on this card plus another new $10,000. So I have about $65,000 of limits with US Bank. And it's crazy, US Bank isn't even in my state, but they still give me 65 G's. This is Citizens, this is $35,000 at 0%. And again, like why this card is good, why this card is good, why this card is good, right? When I say net 30, that means that I have to pay the balance off. Like this limit is $35,000, right? So the first month, it's 12 months at 0%. I put $30,000 on this card, probably paying employees or it was ad spend. That $30,000 sits on that card for a year and I don't pay $1 of interest. So I can actually leverage that money and actually use it, right? If it's a net 30, that means I have to pay it off in 30 days. But this card, this is at a maxed out balance for the last year. But again, it doesn't show up on my personal credit. These are some hitters right here. These are some hitters. Let's start with the ugly stepchild first. But this is Western Alliance. Even though I'm not based in Nevada, they gave me a $100,000 card, which I should probably use. I never use this card, just keep it active. $100,000, it wasn't 0%, but if you're gonna offer me $100,000, I'm gonna take that, right? And then these two, many of you guys know this, like you see old reliable, old rusty here, right? And then this is the new card, because what I did is I transferred the limit from this card to this card, right? Visually look at them. So this card, I had $75,000 at 0% for a year. In 2025, I had this for a year. So I had $75,000 on this. I maxed it out. For all of 2025, it was maxed out. I used $74,000 of $75,000. But I got a new card. This promo period ran out, so this is no longer 0%. I got a new Chase card, okay? So I paid this card off to 0, okay? But it's still $75,000. I got a new card. This is $30,000 at 0%. I transferred this limit, this $75,000, I transferred 70 of the $75,000 onto this new card. So 70 went from here to here. So now this limit is $100,000. But the kicker is, this is 0%. This card's relatively useless to me because it has an interest rate now. But this card is 0% for another year. So I will now use this card, max it out, pretty much almost did. I'm spending $95 out of $100,000 on this card. And in a year, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna pay this card down to 0. I'm gonna get a new card. I'll probably get approved for another $30,000. This card will then no longer be 0%. And I'm gonna transfer the limit from this card onto the new card. So my next card will be $130,000 at 0% for all of 2027. That's some game right there.